Why wealth is built slowly. Everyone wants to become wealthy. But almost nobody wants to wait. We live in a world where everything is instant. Food arrives in minutes. Movies start with one click. Packages show up the next day. Social media can make someone famous overnight. So naturally, people begin to believe that wealth should work the same way. Get rich quickly. Double your money. Find the secret investment. Quit your job in a year. But real wealth doesn't work like that. In fact, the biggest reason most people never become wealthy is because they give up before wealth has time to grow. This is why wealth is built slowly. Meet Ethan. Ethan was 27 years old. He had a decent job. He wasn't struggling. But every time he opened social media, he saw people his age driving luxury cars, buying expensive watches, traveling around the world, talking about making thousands of dollars overnight. Ethan felt like he was falling behind. So he started chasing shortcuts. One month he traded stocks. The next month it was cryptocurrency. Then options trading. Then another online business. Then another, guaranteed, investment. Every new opportunity promised fast money. Every failure left him with less. After 3 years, Ethan had worked hard, but he had almost nothing to show for it. One evening, he met his grandfather. His grandfather had never earned a huge salary. He never owned a luxury car. He never became famous. Yet somehow, he had retired comfortably. Ethan finally asked, "Grandpa, how did you become financially secure?" His grandfather smiled and said, "I stopped trying to get rich and started trying to stay consistent." That answer changed everything. Because wealth isn't built by one big decision. It's built by thousands of small ones. Most people believe wealth comes from making a lot of money. But earning money and keeping money are completely different skills. Someone can earn $300,000 a year and still live paycheck to paycheck. Another person can earn $60,000. Save consistently, invest patiently, avoid unnecessary debt, and quietly become a millionaire over time. The difference isn't income, it's behavior. One of the biggest misunderstandings about wealth is that people only notice the finish line. They see the millionaire. They don't see the 20 years of patience. They see the successful business. They don't see the years of failure. They see the expensive home. They don't see decades of disciplined saving. Success looks sudden, but it's usually slow. Think about planting a tree. When you plant the seed, nothing exciting happens. Days pass, weeks pass, sometimes months pass. It almost feels like nothing is growing. But underneath the ground, the roots are getting stronger. Wealth works exactly the same way. In the beginning, progress feels invisible. Your investments barely grow. Your savings seem small. Your debt disappears slowly. It feels like nothing is happening. This is where most people quit. Not because the plan doesn't work. Because the results aren't exciting enough. But patience is one of the highest paying financial skills in the world. Imagine two friends. Both invest $500 every month. The first friend quits after 2 years because the results seem too small. The second friend keeps investing for 20 years. The difference between them isn't intelligence. It's patience. Time rewards consistency. That's why compound growth is so powerful. It doesn't just grow your money. It rewards your discipline. The longer you stay invested, the harder your money begins working. But most people never experience this. Because they stop too soon. Ethan finally understood something. He wasn't losing because he lacked opportunity. He was losing because he kept changing direction. Every time he got impatient, he started over, and every new beginning erased the progress of the last one. Real wealth requires boring decisions. Saving before spending, investing every month, ignoring market noise, avoiding unnecessary debt, living below your means. None of these habits look exciting. They won't make headlines. Your friends probably won't notice them. Social media certainly won't celebrate them. But 20 years later, those boring decisions often create extraordinary lives. Another reason wealth grows slowly is because your habits grow before your bank account does. Before someone becomes financially free, they usually become financially disciplined. Before they manage millions, they learn to manage hundreds. Because money doesn't solve bad habits, it magnifies them. If someone cannot manage $1,000 wisely, more money usually creates bigger mistakes, not bigger wealth. Ethan changed his approach. He stopped checking his investments every day. He stopped chasing viral money trends. He stopped comparing himself to strangers online. Instead, he created a simple system. Every payday, he automatically invested part of his income. He built an emergency fund. He paid off high-interest debt. He ignored the temptation to constantly upgrade his lifestyle. At first, nothing looked different. His friends still bought newer cars, better phones, luxury vacations. Sometimes Ethan wondered if he was making a mistake. Then something happened. 3 years later, many of his friends had impressive lifestyles, but little savings. Some had growing debt, others were trapped by expensive monthly payments. Ethan's life looked simpler, but behind the scenes, his investments had grown, his debt was gone, his emergency fund protected him. Most importantly, he had peace. That's something money alone can never buy. Many people think wealth means having expensive things. But expensive things often create expensive responsibilities. A luxury car needs insurance, maintenance, repairs, fuel. A bigger house needs higher taxes, higher utility bills, more furniture, more maintenance. Sometimes looking wealthy actually delays becoming wealthy. The truly wealthy understand something different. Every dollar has a job. Some dollars buy temporary happiness. Other dollars buy future freedom. The question is, which one are you choosing more often? One day, Ethan looked at his investment account. For the first time, the money it earned that year was greater than the amount he personally added. That moment felt incredible, because his money had finally started working harder than he was. That is the turning point most people never reach. Not because it's impossible, because they quit before they get there. The psychology of wealth is simple. People overestimate what they can achieve in 1 year, and underestimate what they can achieve in 20. They chase overnight success, while ignoring the quiet power of consistency. Real wealth isn't exciting, it's repetitive. It's choosing the same good habits, again, and again, and again, saving, investing, learning, being patient, avoiding unnecessary debt, living below your means. These habits don't change your life overnight. They change your life permanently. At the end of the day, financial freedom isn't built by luck. It isn't built by timing. And it certainly isn't built by shortcuts. It's built by consistency, protected by patience, and multiplied by time. So the next time you feel like you're falling behind, remember this: the tallest trees were once tiny seeds, the strongest fortunes were once small investments, and the wealthiest people usually didn't become wealthy overnight. They simply refused to quit. Because wealth is built slowly. But once it begins to grow, it can change your life forever.